Alright, this is going to be my first ever movie review. And it's going to be a double movie, but you're going to see the title. Anyway, this is a review of Laid to Rest and Laid to Rest 2. Again, you saw the title. Let's start with Laid to Rest, because that was the passable one. Anyway, Laid to Rest is about this girl. She wakes up in a coffin, and she has amnesia, because that's fucking clever. But anyway, she wakes up, she has amnesia. There's this guy. The killer is awesome, okay? I will admit that. The killer, Chromeskull, who is the murderer, that's not a spoiler, he's fucking awesome. He's just a simple metal mask and a surgeon's, and a black business suit, and, two super sharp knives. Fucking awesome. So simple, yet so cool. Steve Austin, a Steve Austin lookalike guy, isn't it? That's not, what he does, but he looks a lot like Steve Austin. Or was it Goldberg? I don't know, they look the same. They probably don't, but anyway. And it's about her being chased by him. And, you know what, I'm going to spoil this movie, because I have to review it. And also, I don't want you to waste your money. Anyway, the movie has this faux message. At the end, he kills an entire police station. It's a little bumfuck town police station, but still. Anyway, he kills a whole police station. Turns out he's been kidnapping tons of girls and putting them in coffins and then cutting them up because he was a surgeon. It's explained kind of in the second movie, maybe. Anyway, so he goes and he's chasing her and blah, 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 and wannabe Steve Buscemi's in it. And at the end, oh, God, the worst scene in the movie. The worst scene in the movie. That douchebag from the Hannah Montana movies in it, the love interest. He's in this movie. And Chromeskull's, looking at him. He's got his two super fucking sharp knives that he spins around really cool with his... They're cool. They're awesome knives. Anyway, he's advancing towards him, and he has a shotgun. Whatever his name is, has a shotgun. And he's like, "Don't come near me." And Chromeskull keeps walking toward him. Keeps walking toward him. He's like, "Don't come near me." Keeps walking towards him. He gets to him, cuts him, fucking cuts his head off, or whatever he did. Oh, God, that was the worst fucking scene in the movie. But anyway, Chromeskull gets in to the place. He shows the girl a videotape that showed she was a prostitute that he picked up. And now you're like, oh, this is a message, you know? This is an anti-prostitution movie? Because from the looks of it, he had kidnapped just women and just prostitutes. So anyway, he shows her the video, but, this other guy put some acid glue on his mask, so he puts it on, it's melt his face. And she gets away with some guy. The kills are pretty cool. The effects in this movie are really, really good. That's really the only good thing. No, the first one wasn't that bad, actually. The first one was decent. It wasn't a great horror movie, but it was alright. Until that stupid bullshit message. So, I'm at Walmart the other day, and I see Chromeskull, Laid to Rest 2, and I'm like, he fucking died at the end. And it's not a prequel, it's a sequel. So I get it, because it came out at fucking $7. Anyway, so, the two drove off, and there were police there investigating. I'm pretty much going to have to go over this whole fucking movie to explain just how retarded everything is. Anyway, these three police are investigating because dead people. They hear a gunshot and they go out and there's the other two cops that were in there get shot too by this organization called C7, which is a murder organization run by Chromeskull. That's not the stupidest part, by the way. Anyway, so they come, they get him, they bring him in. Brian Austin Green plays I think it's Brian Austin Green. Pretty sure. Yeah. Brian Austin Green plays, fucking A. He plays Chromeskull's apprentice. But Chromeskull doesn't like him very much. Anyway, so they capture... They take Chromeskull and they start fixing his face. While they're fixing his face, it shows a flashback to, either Chromeskull or his father, and there's, a dead girl on the bed. like a hospital bed, and the father, who you find out at the end of the movie is named Dr. Chromium or Dr. Chromius. Anyway, he's like, come look, it's not scary, or some fucking stupid shit. Which I guess is the reason Chromeskull kills women, because he saw a dead body once? I don't know. For a movie called Chromeskull, it doesn't go into Chromeskull's backstory at all. That's it. I mean, other than the fact that you find out he runs this murder organization, and he was formerly a surgeon, but anyway, Brian Austin Green he goes and he finds the girl from the first movie, the one who survives, and he, the kills are just over the top gory. The first one is actually the worst. The rest of them aren't so bad. Which is weird when I tell you what the other ones are, but just the way he cuts her, he gives her a Chelsea grin, the Joker thing. That's fucked up. And then he cuts her stomach open, and he's getting off on it. I don't know. Yeah, so basically, she's already dead, the main character, who was the producer on the first movie, too. And all she did was scream and be annoying. Anyway, so he goes back to C7, and the girl who was in Halloween, who played the friend of Laurie, the remake, not the original, she's in it. Question, what the fuck does Chromeskull pay these people in? Okay, maybe he paid him with all his surgeon money, because he seemed to be a surgeon, but where do you have time to kill so many women? And if he does it, does he make money off these murders? Does he murder people to make money to pay the people who help him do the murders? Except they don't help him do the murders. Chromeskull is the only one who's allowed to kill in this murder organization. Everybody else is just intel. I don't know. That's really the mantra of this movie. Anyway. So, the other guy who helped the girl in the first movie, who survived, didn't help her, actually. He just was at the end. Played by Thomas Dekker, I believe. Don't quote me. Because I don't pay attention to actors very much. He goes, and now Chromeskull's got a melted face, and Brian Austin Green, fucking just wants to bang Chromeskull because he really admires him, because I don't know. But anyway, he goes, Anyway, the guy comes back to his apartment. Well, first there's a scene of this girl who's the main girl that Chromeskull wants to murder, because fucking weirdo, I don't know. Anyway, and it shows her with her eyes, and she's got cataracts or something, and who gives a shit? Why the fuck do we care? And then she's with her friend, and there could be a hot lesbian kiss scene, but then they fucking cock block on that one. And, her friend goes downstairs, and she's like, I'm making popcorn. And, of course, like every horror movie, the girl upstairs is like, I gotta turn this all the way up. And Chromeskull comes in, and he's like, oh, and he stabs her right here. Right in the side of the face, and, cuts up with the serrated part, just goes rip. Because she was in the way of him kidnapping, so he goes and he kidnaps the girl, because that's his MO, and he kidnaps him and puts him in a coffin. When he films everything, did I mention that? He has a shoulder-mounted camera, because that would make it... Oh, and he does it by area. He has tapes. Each tape has a specific town, or county, or whatever. Because that would make it a lot harder for your murder organization to fucking get caught. I don't know. Anyway, and then the Thomas Dekker goes home. I think it's Thomas Dekker. I'm pretty sure. He goes, and his roommate's like, blah, 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 bitching at you about rent, blah, 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 I heard that your friend got killed, blah, 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 blah. So, nobody's on the edge looking for this killer but him, because even though there's been tons and tons of missing women, she was just out jogging at night. I don't know. So he goes upstairs, and he's like, I gotta put headphones on and listen to this really loudly. And then, Brian Austin Green comes in. I'm pretty sure it was Brian Austin Green, not Chromeskull. Because Brian Austin Green has this thing about tying up the loose ends and killing all the people who Chromeskull, who could I don't know. But anyway, he goes and he kills the roommate. And this is where it really gets really stupid. Thomas Dekker takes off his headphones right after that, goes to his roommate's door. She's laying in there dead on the floor. He knocks on the door. She doesn't answer. He doesn't see in the room. So he runs out of the house. And then the cop sees him, and he's not like, because if he saw her dead, he would be like, my roommate's in there dead. But no, he just says, the cop's like, come to the station. And he's like, okay. So they go to the station, and now there's this girl, and Brian Austin Green is like talking to her and taunting her, and fucking whatever. And then he goes to the station and kidnaps the Thomas Dekker. Just kidnaps him from the break room. They have him on camera, too. So the cops, they find the murder den, and they go there. And the dumb climax happens. I know, it sounds like this movie, nothing happened in this movie. This movie was pointless. So he goes, the two cops, just two detectives or whatever go. And they go to the murder den, and the one guy's like, wannabe Michael Chiklis is like, I'm going in, and he goes in, and he gets murdered, and the other guy's like, don't go in there alone, we'll call for backup, and then he's like, well, fuck it, he goes in there too, and he gets murdered, then backup comes in, but there's only like 5 guys. 5 guys. Okay, first of all, Brian Austin Green gets a tattoo of the Chromeskull logo, because fucking he's stupid. Gets his head shaved, dresses up like Chromeskull, has this really sweet, twisty knife. Oh, there was another cop who went in there alone and got killed, too. Some chick, she got her head cut off or something. But anyway, now you think, because he has a sweet knife and Chromeskull has his 2 knives, you think there's going to be an awesome, climactic fight, because on the back of the box and the whole movie, it's been, leading up to this. Chromeskull's pissed off because Brian Austin Green is stepping on a line, and Brian Austin Green is like, oh, I want to be a badass like you, Chromeskull dad. Or whatever. And he tells him, and his last message, because Chromeskull only sends all caps text messages, I don't know why. The message he sends basically is, you're no longer needed in the organization. It's a murder company. Obviously he has to kill him because it's a fucking murder company. So he goes, and you think you're going to get an awesome fight. You get a kind of awesome thing for 1 fucking second. Chromeskull has his knives he has chains with hooks, and he swings them and grabs it, which is bullshit, by the way, but whatever. And he gets Brian Austin Green, and he strings him up, and he puts a chain under his head, like that, to hold him up. And Brian Austin Green is begging for his life, and then he's like, and he cuts his head off, because fucking, whatever. And the two kid, Thomas Dekker and the girl, are in this room filled with weapons. They got machetes and swords and fucking knives. So Thomas Dekker grabs the baseball bat, and she grabs, a nightstick, because those were the most retarded options. And then they stand right by the gate while he's going, I'm stabbing you, and he's making sparks. He's slicing so hard, because apparently he's fucking Wolverine. Because they turned the power off, so it wasn't, electrically charged. Then the cops come, and the power gets turned back on, and 5 of them, 5 cops! Chromeskull's alone, he's in the room, the other 2 got away. Chromeskull's in the room, and he's, got his fucking knife behind his back, and they're like, Rookie, you cuff him! He is in a room full of weapons! Shoot him! He's in a room full of weapons, and there's dead cops everywhere! Just shoot him. No judge in the world would convict you. So they go in. One of them walks in. Then they all walk in the cage. He grabs the guy, cuts his throat, then kills all of them. And then fucking Chromeskull escapes and disappears, and the FBI comes, but they trick you and they make you think it's a C7, but it's not. And the girl's like, blah blah blah. Good scenery, sir, and it shows him just walking through the fucking street at, Mardi Gras or something. Some Halloween costume thing. This is one of those movies where the only way they could make the murderer get away with everything is to make the cops even stupider. Everything about Chromeskull Laid to Rest 2 was retarded. Nothing made sense. Why is there a murder organization? Why did they follow up on that entire police station that was missing? Why didn't they follow up on the missing cop cars at the fucking convenience store? Why didn't they follow up on the murdered cops at the convenience store? And if they were murdered and they took the bodies away so no one could find them, why didn't they follow up on the missing police? Why did he just knock on his roommate's door, find she wasn't, not even see if she was in there, and just run when he knows there's a murderer after him? Like, why did people do anything in this movie the way they did it? It was made by the same guy, too, and I was looking through the credits, and I can't see who wrote it. Which is probably the best. I think it was Robert Hall who made the first one. Yeah. Anyway, don't watch either of these. Oh, and by the way, the message of her being a prostitute and that's why she got killed is thrown out because this girl, she was a waitress. Fuck that movie.